Previously on The Last Door. After Kaufman's sudden death, Dr. Wakefield travels to the island of Eilish Moor to search for the ancient Chromedian, a supposed path to the other side. He discovers the island inhabitants hide a terrible secret. They instill primordial terror in ritual subjects for them to cross the door and come back as hideous abominations. Wakefield is himself subjected to this ritual and transported to an endless land of fog, where he finally seems to meet his missing patient, Devitt. He must be stopped. Who must be stopped? We have not come this far. To see our work ruined now. Yeah, I don't need to watch the credits, as always. We left the black waves of that sea behind and walked through the mist. At times, gusts of wind parted the mist, revealing a barren landscape under a dying sun. At first, I could not contain my many questions, but Devitt's only reply was a grave silence. Eventually, I lapsed into an uneasy quiet and resolved to follow my patient, I knew not where. We wandered through the vast desert without any apparent goal. On occasion, vague shapes appeared in the distance, crumbling towers and abandoned cities, lost amongst the rippling dunes. The passage of time lost its meaning. I had traversed the world all my life, all the world's life. Our journey was eternity. Then the man at my side, whom I had followed so long, stopped. He spoke for the first time. We are nearing the threshold. It is the starting point, Doctor. The first place to look. I will be waiting on the other side. Remember this, I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way, but then you will be alone. Season 2, Episode 4, Beyond the Curtain. Okay. Fascinating. Was that real, or was that just like a hallucination? What could my companion have meant? The threshold. I knew of this. Strange memories returned to me of another life before the desert was my everything. And those cryptic words, darkness will light you away, it was not the first time I had heard them. When was the first time you heard them? They were from a dream, a terrible dream when I had begun to follow the trail of my missing patient and taken my first steps to uncovering the secret world of the Veil. Look to the sky, it reaches to the earth, but will never meet it. Can you see the magnificence of this infinite horizon? The cold, unattainable, all-embracing darkness. This is the outer limit of the threshold. Not far from here, the black waves of truth wash upon the veil that covers human eyes, and it falls apart. Okay. There is no death but rebirth. There is no void but awakening. Hey! That's not true at all. A path winds into the forest, but these trees are too dense for me to go any further. I am too tired to go on, to keep seeking what was promised us, but at least here I am safe from the terrible hazard of peering through my own shadow. The path is blocked by sharp rocks. I cannot make my way through. Alrighty then. Well... Raise your arms, for the wind calls our name. The hour has come for us to take flight one last time. A light is on inside, but I cannot see the room clearly. Okay, before I go up to the door, I just want to look around first. Rocks have been piled against the wall as if to conceal something. Is this blood? The ground is soaked in blood. Black feathers are strewn about. What happened here? Reminds me of the one part in the very beginning of the first season where it's like the crows around the dying bird or something. An old gramophone. There was no disc. Okay. How odd that it's just out in the open. Yeah, let's go up to the door now. Oh, it's just open. Okay. The pendulum strokes are sickly slow, but they seem to keep time in this place. A silhouette of a strangely shaped head. The door is locked. The paintings lack any form or composition. They are a uniform shade of the purest black imaginable. Is this the same thing? Yes. Birdcage. There is something inside the birdcage. It is some kind of root. It seems to have a human shape. Alrighty then. Or in a basement of some kind, it seems. Doesn't seem like there's anything here worth anything. Oh, hi. There was something inside that cage, a shadow staring at me with dead eyes. I can see something in it. No, through it, as though I was staring into a dark void. Off in some remote distance, colorful shapes flow in seemingly impossible patterns. That's weird. Jeremiah Devitt, Edward Street 24, Westminster, London. Correct. I should cease stalling and send it. Set the plan in motion. But what then? Lead my old friend through this dangerous journey? Wait, what? The shadow is gone. What? There was something on the cage floor. A rusty key. The hell was that? Did we send Devitt down the path? The cage is open and the shadow is gone. I don't know what that was about, but okay then. Does this go here? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh wait, this is the dude from the mansion, wasn't it? What was his name? Anthony Beechworth? Like the guy that hung himself, and then he had like the study that was hidden behind the wall. The words of my father, so much has happened because of them. Alexander swears that this time we will succeed, that the Hoopoe will undo all of our mistakes, free us from the terrible haunting gaze. But should we not accept the consequences of our actions? So much suffering, so many deaths. For what? What have we attained so far? So many tests were needed to find it, but now that we have... all these books, their secret knowledge concealed for generations, waiting for some fool to unveil it all again. Yeah, and then there was the Latch. My faithful companion who kept many secrets with me over the long nights of research. A small bird that managed to lead the others through the treacherous fog. Raymondus chose an apt name for the compound. This letter, not gonna bother. It will be enough, I think. It's time to send it. I'm just not sure that it's the right thing to do. What is happening? The shadow has vanished. Slate disc. That goes onto the gramophone, probably. A large crack in the wall. A few rays of unearthly light stream through it. Alrighty then. This is so bizarre. Seems like we're going through each, like visions of each member before everything occurred. I was about to say, did the clock stop? Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. When I put the disc on the gramophone, it started spinning on its own. Wait, is that a melody coming from the house? I don't know, you tell me. I don't hear anything. Oh, now I do. Yeah, it's not from in here. Is it coming from the basement? Yes, it is. That's concerning. There's a dead cat on the floor. I think it's rotting. Her eyes are missing. There was something on the floor beside her mouth. Key. The poor thing, I cannot honestly say that I want to know how she died. Sad. Okay, but where does this key go? I don't think there's anything else in this house. I don't think. Let me just double check. Oh god. It's just the shadow of the lynx projected onto the wall. A lynx. I took it for a stuffed lynx at first, but I think it is actually made of wax. Oh my, I accidentally broke off a piece of its mouth. Oh god, it's dark up here. You are of no worth to us anymore. There was barely any worth to begin with. Is this really the best option your supposedly brilliant mind could envision? A few meaningless words, a pathetic attempt of your guilt-shattered conscience to remedy the situation, and then you hope to wash the blood from your hands with a cheap exit. Look upon yourself, Anthony. See what you have become. Witness your only true legacy. Is that Mr. Beechworth? I see something through the shadows slowly taking form. Yeah. This feels like so long ago at this point. Anna? Anna, sweetheart. How did this happen? Too late. It's too late for us. But he still can choose. I I have to warn him. Oh. I wasn't quite done in here just yet, but I guess there's nothing else for me to look at. Let me just go double check to see if I can actually go back up. Oh, the ladder is broken now. Interesting. The ladder is broken. Okay. Interesting. Let's go back out then. Was this here before? There was something on the ground near where the masked person was standing. There was not. There's a fragment of a broken mask. A piece of a Greek tragic mask. You're the same guy, right? Yes, okay. Let's go back. Because I never went over this place. In this place, the ancient shadows created by human reasoning tremble in sheer terror. Its name is Xayatlatl, the Last Curtain. I thought that was the name of the bird. The scorching light of this dead sunset bleeds through my petrified fingers. My eyes burn. I feel them melting like candle wax. These ruins, built by beings long forgotten, grant access to the last threshold. You are welcome to enter the ruins, but you will need to find your own key in order to reach the threshold. The man at the entrance said that these ruins contain the access to the threshold, but I see nothing. Devitt says it is the starting point, the first place to look. Darkness will light your way. What did he mean? I see nothing but ruins. What was that Devitt said? Darkness will light your way. Looks like a poster for a theatrical show, but it has neither a title nor a date. It's the Four Witnesses. Perhaps it will prove useful. This reminds me of something. Yes, I remember it was once fashionable to make impressions of church brasses and other old inscriptions. The practice was to overlay the inscription with paper and rub it with wax. Okay. How does that help me, though? Make impressions of church brasses and other old inscriptions. The practice was to overlay the inscription with paper. What? Silhouettes of four men. Accidentally broke off a piece of the waxling's face. It's of a Greek tragedy. Okay. Darkness will light your way. I don't understand. I don't understand. For the sake of time and prosperity, I'm just gonna look up to see what I'm missing. Okay. Hmm. Leave a piece of a mouse picking it right past the people. What? Oh, I didn't even realize I could go over here. A large sea stack just off the beach. It seems to have a lonely demeanor. I didn't realize I could go over here. It said that it was like too sharp that I couldn't go down. So I wouldn't even have bothered. Okay. There's a hole in the ground. I have seen gardeners digging holes like these when they need to transplant trees. These trees are the only reminder of life around here, as if they are guarding the statue. Shadows linger in Xylothol, like insects trapped in a cobweb. At its center, the spider lies in wait. Ugh. Like spiders. An ancient oak stands tall above my head, casting an eerie shadow upon the building's wall. Oh, hi, child in the corner. The shadow of a child is sitting in the corner, shaking in terror. I'm not moving. He's moving on his own. As if peering through a keyhole, I can see things moving in the darkness. Is this, Kieran, probably? Like a memory? Some sort? I like the style, but those themes, does Lena approve of this kind of art? You have not lost your old sense of humor, Alexander, even after what had happened. Do you not recall that sight? I would erase the memory if I could. I find that painting makes it easier to bear. What brings you here, anyway? It has been years since we have heard from you. I thought our old cause had long been forgotten. Listen, Ashtown. What if I told you I have found a way of crossing safely? What, crossing the threshold? Crossing the veil? The shape of an eye is painted on the blackboard. Did that just move? It looked like it moved. Okay. Okay. Now I go back out. And go back to the shore. Yeah. Open now. Well, this is the piano that was underground. Right? A grand piano, it is missing a key. Hmm. And the seat is a key. What? Wait. Wait. On the shore, so that is a mirror. Did I just not go far enough? Ah, interesting. A colossus born of rock and craftsmanship, relegated to the briny backwaters of this nightmare into the emotions of injury and despair. Hmm, okay. The people are watching me. It looks like a piano key. A grand piano, it is missing most of its keys because it's an opposite effect. I get it. Because it's like if you mirror it, it's like it's the complete opposite. There's a coffin here. A wooden coffin lies abandoned on the lawn. It is firmly closed. Hmm. These statues, it is almost as though they are the children of the standing stones that dot the horizon. They are less weather beaten at any rate. Peering into one's own truth is forbidden. Uh, were the snake and the bird of oh, were the snake and the bird to meet, ultimate uh mad madness would take in human form. Were the snake and the bird to meet, ultimate madness would take would were the snake and the bird to meet, ultimate madness would take in human form. That's what that says. Okay. Oh, this guy's massive. What is this? Shapes are forming through the shadow. I cannot look away. I must see. This is so weird. His name is Professor Wright. Right, yes. I recently had occasion to meet a disciple of his. He referred to himself as a psychotherapist. I had the impression that Wright's methods more closely resemble those of my trade than those of yours. He is eccentric indeed, but I think his thesis may be proven correct. If so, we might have found a way of reaching the threshold without attracting the attention of the custodian. A shortcut, you might say. Who's the custodian? A shortcut through the veil. The problem is in the method itself. It has some unusual requirements, but we would need a man of great sensitivity who knows the peril of reaching the door. Shadow's gone. Planks have been nailed over the window, but to what purpose? There aren't enough planks to provide protection to keep the light out. There's a note on the table. It looks like a music sheet was left on the desk. There was something wrong with this music sheet. This is moving. I'm not going crazy, right? I don't know. There's another mirror here. I don't know if it wants me to go through it or not. Ah, that's how I get back. Okay. That's how I get back. Probably, anyway. I don't think I missed anything. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's put the piano key in here. The key fits perfectly. Well, of course it does. I remembered some lessons from my youth, but I could not possibly play a melody without the assistance of a music sheet. The melody seems simple enough. I think I could manage to play it. Fa, 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 sol, la, ti do do do. Sol la ti. Okay. Is it the opposite? Something strange about this music sheet. The melody goes fa 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 sol la ti do 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 do. Is it the opposite because of the mirror? It would be like, ah, crap. I don't understand music theory. Like, I don't get it. It is backwards. Yeah, I had a feeling it was. I knew it. Because it's backwards, the mirror. As I suspected, it is the melody that I heard at Wright's mansion. What's that? It's coming from another place. It's what I suspected. I just wanted to be sure. Oh, hi! Hi, big guy. A terrifying shape looms where the piano once stood. It is being pulled on threads like some monstrous puppet. The threads converge on a distant point. Something is taking form there in the darkness. This is so bizarre. It's our old classroom, but that shadow, who? This is not possible. The shapes beyond the light. My fingers. No, do not come any closer. My hand. My hand. Okay. That was weird. Now I'm on the outside again and the dude is gone. There was something on the ground near where the masked person was lying. Take it. A fragment of a broken mask. Okay, combine them. Piece is still missing. Okay. Okay, so what does this want from me then? Oh, apparently there's two different secrets regarding this piano. Apparently. I don't think I can go back though. Oh wait, yes I can. I was gonna say it's like I need to get through the mirror again, but no. I can just go over here. Actually, no, it's gone. God dang it. Okay. I didn't realize that I would be locked out of it. Because apparently there's two different secrets. One, Monkey Island, and two, Indiana Jones. That gives you like a little secret thing. Okay. So now what? Oh, do I need to go... Do I need to go into the woods? Yes. Okay. Like, before it said that I wasn't able to get into it because it's like a labyrinth or something. There are two curious symbols engraved on the stone. Okay. This reminds me of something. Rub it with wax. But if I rub the wax jaw on the poster... Yes, I copied the symbols onto the poster. Okay. Oh, hi. A tall figure stands in the woods. I might have taken it for a tree with it not breathing heavily. Inside, I can see things near the threshold getting closer and closer. This is so weird. Like, I'm not even, like, really scared anymore. It's just confusing. After what happened to Father Glynn, I think they will shut down the school. Anthony, that thing we saw, I don't know what it was. But what about your father's diary? Myths, legends, superstitions with no basis in scientific observation. Anthony, talk to us. Alright. My father discovered several ancient myths pertaining to the Vale. They come from a variety of cultures and hence take many different forms, but they all say something similar about what resides near the threshold. An ancient being that sleeps within the fog, protecting the door from intruders. A vengeful custodian. Is it the bird? But no matter. At any rate, my serum was a failure. We got but a glimpse of what exists out there, nothing conclusive. Well, what if the serum had worked? I don't know. As I said, I have no data. But in those myths, what do they say? Those tales, they all say that if any intruder got too close and was discovered by what sleeps in the fog, then the custodian would be relentless. It would pursue the intruders and destroy them, whatever they might hide. There would be few ways to protect themselves from its rage. Okay. And it's gone. Or is this a labyrinth? I believe it's a labyrinth of some sort. Okay, what does this want from me, though? Sea of some sort. So... I don't know how I would be able to get this. Like, that's not really clear to me. Like, how would I know this is what it wants from me? I just don't. I don't exactly know what this would ask of me. Not that. I don't think. This is just a labyrinth that I have no idea what it would want from me. This way. And I need to find a V of some sort. Here. I would have had no idea, no clue whatsoever on how I would get that answer. I would just be wandering, like, forever. There's no indicators of what that would want from me. It didn't give me any, like, text. It's like, a strange symbol on a tree. Like, I would have had no idea. That would have taken me way too long. Is this Devitt? A shadow strongly resembles my patient standing in the clearing. I can see through it, just like the other shadows. 4 men are making careful preparations, I know not for what. This Captain Skid. Devitt, are you certain that he can guide us safely through the fog? His results are extraordinary, Anthony. It is the best chance we have of avoiding the gaze of the custodian. There can be no doubt that the captain survived an encounter before. He even kept a companion from harm. We will finally see what lies hidden beyond the curtain. It is time. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. Was there something I was missing? Did I miss something in there? I hope not. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was gonna say, it's like, is there like a thing I'm supposed to collect or something? The inscription reads 30 birds. An enormous black feather. Despite its size, it is extraordinarily lightweight. Okay. Okay. Now a cutscene will begin. What's that noise? Something's out there. It's getting closer. So it is the bird. Is he asleep? He is now. It has been so long. I had begun to lose hope that he would ever awaken. Were you able to speak with him? Anthony, Devitt has forgotten everything. Everything. Good heavens. Maybe for the best. Our research is likely to take some time. If he truly has amnesia, his condition will protect him until we are ready. But should we fail, remember what happened to Hugo. Ashdown entered the Veil in full knowledge of what might happen, and we will succeed where Wright failed. We will use the serum to induce primal terror in a controlled environment. In one stroke, we shall overcome all of our obstacles. But when the time comes, we must have a means of guiding our dear friend back to us. There, he will be safe. So why did they, like, lure him back then? That's my question. Okay, here's the last piece of the mask. Fragment of a broken mask. An eyeless mask. It is similar to the one that I found in Alexander's safe house in London. And now I should be able to get up there because all the guys are gone. Like, literally all the guys are gone now. Are they all, like, waiting for me up here? Probably. What? A man is standing next to the open curtain. Welcome, Dr. Wakefield. Alexander Dupree? Yes, I have been waiting for you. We all have. I was in that pit in Eilish Moor when suddenly I found Devitt, but he disappeared. I journeyed through the fog and found myself here, but how is this possible? Eilish Moor. I do not know that name. Many paths in our world lead to this place, Dr. Wakefield, and I know only a few. In some of Xylothal's mirrors, you see the truth leaking into our world. In others, you see yourself. I knew you would reach us at last. He was certain of it. He? The first founder of the Order, the Artifacts. Do you not yet know his name? You mean Mr. Beechworth? No, Anthony started the group at school, but by the end of his life, he had lost the determination to go any further. Not yet know his name? You mean Mr. Devitt? Truth can be hard to accept. Yes, Jeremiah gathered us all under the same rule. Not gonna bother, see that no one knows. We knew of the final truth which lay beyond the threshold. That is what the playwright was committed to finding. This was Jeremiah's obsession. The first language, which is said to grant the power of creation. After our experiment at school, we realized that the path of the Ancient Ones was watched by a fearsome guardian. We needed a way to circumvent the inexorable gaze of the bird. I found Captain Skid, who had met the bird and lived. We decided to use him in a test. It was a catastrophe. We eventually found the survivors, but their memories were incomplete. Jeremiah had fared the worst. We had been left devoid of any memories that were related to our efforts. We were desperate to find a solution. Hugo tried and failed. Then Anthony and I miraculously came across a formula that had laid forgotten for centuries. At last, it was time to bring Jeremiah back to our ranks. That was nearly a disaster as well. I did not anticipate Anthony's sudden madness or the extent of Father Ernest's decline. Mercifully, Jeremiah's life was spared, but something else was wrong. When Jeremiah reached me, he did not remember everything. He had changed. He told me that he was going to put an end to all of this. He still means to acquire the first language, but he wants to use it to ruin our work. He has already crossed the threshold. Once he learns the final truth, none of this will ever have existed. The Order, the Door, or ourselves. You must stop him, Doctor. You must stop him before the curtain closes forever. Once more, I found myself enshrouded in dense fog. Gradually, the fog dissipated, revealing a busy street in London. Dizzy and exhausted, I wandered the streets until at last I returned home. I barely recognized it. I crossed the dusty threshold like an intruder. I noticed for the first time that I was holding the robe of the playwright in my hand. I kindled a fire and threw the robe into the flames. As I watched it burn, I remembered the black ocean. I had stood there on the beach, staring up at the terrifying heights of the vertiginous Mount Kef, where the verb is said to lie. Then someone touched my arm. It was Dr. Wakefield. Our encounter on the endless dunes had not been an illusion. In his quest to find me, he had ventured into the Vale itself. He said nothing, but it was not necessary. He had come to take my place, to sacrifice himself. Oh, that's what happened? He stayed behind and closed the door after giving me the chance to escape. His reasons I would never know. I do not know what happened to Alexander and the others, but I fear that they are trapped in Xylothol for all time. I stared at the endless rain splattering against the window, and I remembered that I had something else to do. A last promise to keep. See that no one knows? Is that what that is? Wow. That story was ambiguous as hell. Like, I had no idea what was really going on until, like, the last, like, 2 minutes. Like, because I thought I was just going to, like, find him and, like, actually, like, bring an end to the madness, but that's not what happened at all. But I'm really kind of disappointed that there weren't as many, like, spooks. Like, there were a couple, like, creepy areas that had, like, really, like, good ambiance and that, like, kind of put me on edge. That was, like, basically the highlights of, like, it, because it's supposed to be a psychological horror game, and I guess it did what it was trying to do, but at the same time, I'm just kind of really disappointed that there weren't any more, like, actual, like, horror elements to this game. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but it's still kind of just disappointing. How long have I been going for? An hour. You know what I might do? I'm gonna play through that entire thing again. And I'm gonna let the curtains close. And then I'll sign off. Because that wasn't very long. That was only like an hour long. So I'll probably cut to the very end and then I'll add it on. As soon as I can get through the credits, that is. See that no one knows. The end. Not quite. Is there like a post-credit sequence? Maybe. Can't do anything. Then like move the mouse around. Moving across the floor. Bird. Uh, Lots of things that I missed. I didn't discover all the secrets. Wait, there's another thing? What is the mask with no eyes? I'll do that in a second. I want to go back through. I want to go back through this one and get the other ending, and then I'll see what the mask with no eyes entails. Apparently, it's a mini-sode. So, okay, I'm back here. I'm gonna get this other ending. I'm back. We looked for you, Kaufman and I. I am truly sorry about your friend. Sometimes terrible fates befall the companions of travelers. The other world protects itself. It conceals itself within a veil, and it reacts violently when that veil is disturbed. I knew you would reach us. He doubted Kaufman would make it, but he knew you would. He? The first founder of the Order, the Artifacts. Do you not yet know his name? Hugo came here long before the rest of us, but he made a terrible mistake. He peered into his own truth and he was transformed. Okay, so this time I don't approach the curtain, and I just let him go. Must stop him. There is no time. You must decide. No. No, I refuse! The moment has passed. Now it is too late. We are doomed. Why was it up to me? Once more, I found myself enshrouded in dense fog. Gradually, the fog dissipated, revealing a busy street in London. Is this the same thing? The mask that had worn lay on the ground, melting like wax over the wet cobblestones. Dizzy and exhausted, I wandered the streets until at last I returned home. It seemed very small, as it always does after a long journey. As I removed my coat, I found a feather in one of the pockets. The same one that I had discovered before being engulfed by the black mass of the Simurgh. With a jolt, I realized that it had not been a dream, and I was ashamed at how quickly I had deluded myself into thinking otherwise. I kindled a fire and placed the feather on the crackling flames. As it burned, I heard the distant calls of crows in the street. Despite the heat, I shivered. My patient and friend Jeremiah Devitt had sacrificed himself. He had accepted the consequences of his friend's actions, and his own as well. He had crossed the threshold, leaving the veil through the red curtain of truth, and forever closed the last door that had led to those horrors. But I had not found the strength to follow him. I could not take his place. I doubt that I would ever learn the fates of those who remained there, those who are hopelessly trapped in Xal'atathul. My thoughts now turn increasingly to the last mission to which my friend Kaufman entrusted me. I must make sure that no one ever learns what we discovered. The inner circle is gathered once again. A whole cycle has passed. This is the last playwright traveled to the land of shadows and fog. Now the mask with no eyes has chosen a new bearer. The path between worlds will be visited once again, and the veil upon human eyes shall be lifted forever. Playwright meets now the custodian of the threshold. An ancient being guards the door of mist. May the playwright take its light and stand by its watch unnoticed. Full whiffs of fog shall reveal the truth. The fire of dawn scorches through the barren desert. The austral flame shines within the dark forest. The pyre of Zephyrus glows in the dark ocean. The boreal embers brighten the dark sky. The playwright will stand in the center. And the curtain will be drawn at last. Then its eyes will open.